or that's why he started.
How are you doing? I'm Carrie.
Rich.
Rich, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And how do you say your last name?
It's Huffstutler. It's like huff, like huff and puff. It's huff. And just like you're going to stutter, except throw an L in there. Stutler.
Stutler. Oh,
Stutler, okay.
I said Statler. I'm sorry.
Where are you from?
My mother.
Pretty good one. You shut her up. Pretty good one.
Originally from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. I liked your mother better.
No.
Cincinnati has a cute banana bag.
In '97, I walked the length of the Mississippi River, and when I got down here in Mississippi, I met my wife.
You walked down the Mississippi River?
It was actually the second time I did a walk
Why
like
didn't you
that.
just build a boat?
In '84, I walked across the United States.
You did?
Yeah. Show what you can do on faith in God. It took me 2.5 years to do it.
You walked across the United States? By yourself?
Yeah. Well, I had a dog with me for a short time.
A dog, just like a stray that or like
Cracking up.
what?
Randy's on a roll today with this song. Now he's got Brick House on just for you, Carrie. Just for you. You're the Brick House. We are here now with Rich Huffstutler.
Correct.
Yes, I got it right. And he is going to tell us a little bit about his Valentine's for Veterans.
Right.
And you were just telling us a little bit about yourself, which is very interesting as well. And I'm going to let Carrie take over now.
I do.
Brick House.
I want to know about this walk across the country.
In '84, I walked across the United States to show what you can do on faith in God. It was all on faith. I started with 50 cents in my pocket.
Wow.
And I walked all the way across. I never asked anybody for anything. God supplied everything I needed: food, clothes, new backpack, new tent, new glasses, dental work, everything. And then in '97, I walked the length of the Mississippi River. So Mississippi I actually came through twice. And in fact, Greenville was the only city I went through both ways. And they gave me the key to the city in Greenville.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And when I got down here to Mississippi after walking the river, I met my wife, and we got married, and we got 2 awesome kids now, and we live out in Suntag.
Okay.
So, but this last Christmas, I got to thinking about our veterans. I go to the VA hospital up in Jackson. I'll tell you what, we have a fantastic VA hospital up in Jackson. And my hat is off to our veterans. Our veterans are Republican, Democrat, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. They come from all walks of life, but one thing that they all have in common is they all put on the uniform and were willing to serve for us.
Right.
And I seen a lot of our veterans up in the VA hospital. I decided to collect some Christmas cards this last Christmas to take to our veterans. And this was about 3 weeks before Christmas I decided to do this. Wound up collecting over 2,500 Christmas cards to take to our veterans.
Wow.
And pass them out at the VA hospital. I was able to give each veteran a handful of Christmas cards, wrapped with a red ribbon, and tell them thank you. My son, who's 10, and my daughter, who's 8, helped me pass out the cards to the veterans. And one man took some cards from my son, and he told my son, he said, I can't tell you how much this means to us and how important this is. He said, I'm a Vietnam veteran, and many know that our Vietnam veterans did not come home to a thank you. You know, many of our Vietnam veterans, they saw the atrocities of war, and they came home and they were spat upon. And so my son handing this vet these stack of cards really meant a lot to him. So I decided to do it again for Valentine's Day. And so far I've gotten about 200 Valentine's Day cards. I'm going to take them up Valentine's Day weekend. I'm trying to get them all by the 10th. Anybody that wants to help, there are some places in town that said that there'll be drop-off points. You can drop the cards off there and I'll pick them up. Walgreens and Stan King Chevrolet and Walmart have all said that they will be drop-off points for the cards, which I think is awesome.
That is awesome.
You know, our veterans, sometimes we don't think about them quite as much. You know, many times when we're ordering our steak dinner, they're opening up meal rations. You know, when we're dodging traffic, they're dodging bullets.
When we're off work on Veterans Day, some of them are working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, many times we're sleeping safe and sound in our beds at night, and they're sleeping not quite so safe and not quite so sound. And so I guarantee you that the mothers and the daughters and the husbands and the wives of these veterans, they don't forget about it.
No.
You know, and giving a card of thanks is such a small price to pay for what our veterans have done for us.
Very small indeed. I think a lot of us take freedom for granted, and we don't realize why we have those freedoms. We don't realize why I get to sit here and say everything that's on my mind today, why I have freedom of speech. Somebody fought for that.
You know, myself, I'm a veteran. I went in during 1980 when our hostages were in Iran.
Yes.
Okay, I thought maybe we were going to go into Iran at that time, so I signed up and I was ready to go if they called me to. All of our veterans are important, whether they've served in peacetime or time of war. Every one of them have put on the uniform and said, hey, I'm willing to go. I'm here if you need me. I'll do what I have to do, and I'll stand up for this country.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And, you know, we also, just right now with the earthquake in Haiti, like how often our military is sent just to keep peace everywhere. You know, they're sent to places, they were sent to New York during 9/11 to try to maintain peace there. They're in, of course, all over the Middle East, but all over our world trying to keep peace and maintain peace and freedom. But I don't think we could ever tell them thank you enough.
Well, I would like to take this moment to say to any veterans that are out there that I thank you very much.
Yes.
And it means a lot to me what you have given. And that you haven't been forgotten, even in the heart of this one man here. And these cards mean a lot. I have an address if you want to send the cards to.
Okay.
I can give you that. If any of your listeners want to get a pencil or paper and write it down, you can send it to Cards for Veterans at 400 West Smith Ferry Road, Suntag, Mississippi 39665. And I'm sure you guys will have the address here if any of your listeners want to call in and get that address. Or, like I said, feel free to take them to the drop-off points at Stan King Chevrolet or Walgreens or Walmart.
Okay, and those are all here in Brookhaven.
And they're all here in Brookhaven, correct.
Okay, and so do we just need to pick up a Valentine's card of our own, or make a card if our kids want to make a card?
You can make cards. I guarantee you that the veterans love the cards from the kids.
Right.
If you want to get the schools involved, I know for Christmas, the elementary school in Monticello made a bunch of Christmas cards, and those are awesome.
Right.
They can be the little kids' Valentine's Day cards, or they can be the nicer cards that the Hallmark type or
right.
anything like that.
Any card is accepted.
Any card. Now, I only ask two things.
Okay.
Okay. The only two things I ask is that, one, you fill out each card with a word of thanks and love and appreciation for the veterans, for their service and for their sacrifice.
Okay.
The other thing that I ask is that you do not seal the envelopes.
Okay.
Okay, and the reason I ask that is because I would hate for anyone to put in any type of hate messages or negative type messages to our veterans.
You do check the cards.
I do check the cards.